Hello, my name is Dr. Kelly Tuzumis, and welcome back to our course, Sustainable Land Revitalization and Brownfields Redevelopment. In this module, we're going to have an introductory overview. We're going to learn about what is the definition of a brownfield and actually examine some common brownfields here right in Chicago. I want to introduce you to some of them. If you take a look here, you can see brownfields are not necessarily starting out as beautiful sites. Okay, they usually have some kind of construction, they're usually blighted, and sometimes a brownfield, in fact, oftentimes, will have some kind of contamination ranging from minor to more serious. It could be something simple as an underground storage tank, some leaded soils, or some other types of paints and volatile organics that have to be removed before the land can be developed. However, brownfields can be simply perceived as contaminated or perceived as unwanted lands, and they will sit idle for many years. And so we have several brownfields right here in Chicago. In fact, all of these slides are actually from Chicago. Now, we've had some famous brownfields here, like you can see with our Grant Park, that was originally pretty unsightly. You can see here some of the Illinois Central trains that used to run right through Grant Park. And now you can see the redevelopment here with our bean, formerly known as the Cloud Gate, and how beautiful Grant Park has become with the recent redevelopment in the last 10 years. Now, this costs millions of dollars, and this is one of our largest brownfields that has been redeveloped. We have several others, some right near DePaul, actually. Lincoln Yards, right here in the backyard of DePaul University, has been well under construction and starting some redevelopment. You can see some of the fences around the site now. And you can also see the south side, where also Lincoln Yards had to begin its redevelopment as well from the former Finkel site. You can see the beautiful plans here for urban design and planning for the Lincoln Yards site. And of course, one of our most famous brownfields, we often don't think of it as a brownfield, but the Navy Pier. Navy Pier was originally a naval base that was used for training even famous people like President Bush the first in flying for the Navy. It then later became housing for World War II for some detainees, and then moved into a shipyard, and then actually the first location of the University of Illinois campus, UIC. Today, as you can see, we have totally redeveloped Navy Pier into an economic engine that has many restaurants, a Shakespeare theater, and beautiful outdoor entertainment. This started as a brownfield, just as Grant Park with the Cloud Gate being and several other areas around Chicago. All of these sites really started off as blighted areas, not necessarily contaminated, but ones that were not really attracting economic development for the city. That investment has paid off 10 times for the city by redeveloping these areas. So in this course, we're going to look at what is a brownfield, how do you redevelop a brownfield? This is a very complex question. We're going to look at several different models. Some models come out of EPA, that's the Environmental Protection Agency. Others come out of the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The agency under the CDC that is actively involved with building healthy communities as part of their brownfields effort is called the Agency for Toxic Substance and Control Registry, ATSDR. ATSDR is actually created in 1980 under the Superfund Act. And so they are actively involved in cleaning up communities and providing healthy alternatives in the redevelopment. Some of these processes are very complex, and some are actually driven more by developers in the private sector than by government. And so we're going to review all of that, the actors involved, the players, the different funding mechanisms, and some of the risks. At any time, if you have any questions, please let me know. Even though this course is a hybrid, because we are doing some synchronous work, I also want to be extending myself. So you have my text number, you have email, you have the ability to call me. So even though we're doing online education, I am still very active with my students, and I want to extend that to you. And just also so you know, I come from the environmental contractor world and the federal government in environmental remediation and public policy. So please reach out to me if you're interested in something that we do in this course. Please reach out to me so that I can connect you with some of the experts here in the Chicago region, as well as talk to you about career management or mentor you in helping find an internship or potentially a future career job. When you start walking around Chicago again, take a closer look. What you might be looking at is a former brownfield.